stumbling out of bed, and I still got you in my head from all those pretty words you said. It's like I'm wasted. Every time I see your face, I'm losing track of time and space. I don't know where I am. It's like I'm wasted, and I won't waste it. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste it.
Hi guys, it's that time of year. I'm a little late doing these videos, but I'm okay with it. It is what it is. If you're new here, hi, hello, I'm Leanna. Welcome to my channel. I make videos about my family. I'm not even gonna say every week because it's been a while since I posted. It's been a hell of a summer. I just basically make videos about whatever we're going through. We homeschool, we homestead, and we travel. And whatever my family's going through or comes across my plate is what I'm gonna make for you. I feel like you guys are really far away. Let me pull you all closer a little bit. There we go. Hey, now I'm not like screaming across the room. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. So today, if you clicked on this, you are interested in to see what my homeschool haul is for curriculum for my high schooler. We are an eclectic homeschooler family, which is just a fancy way of saying we do whatever freaking gets the job done. And that may be unschooling, that may be, I don't know, unit studies. Sometimes it's book curriculum. I always start the year with a book haul. I don't always use all the books. All the books are what I would like to say supplementary, because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to get my kids educated and teach them and make them ready for the world. So we sometimes go off curriculum. We sometimes don't use a curriculum at all. I am required through the state of Ohio to come up with a plan at the beginning of the school year, which I do. And I just saying how that gets executed is not always the same. So let's start with the first book in my book haul. If you saw my 8th grade haul, you know about this series already, and it's called the Big Fat Notebook series. Workman Publishing puts them out. This year we got the high school edition for pre-algebra and algebra, and basically it gives you everything they would need to know to pass algebra and pre-algebra. What I love about these books is there are questions at the end of every chapter. You can go online and research more in-depth questions if you'd like. The math books are the best ones because it shows step-by-step how to do the problems. It works them through the calculations very in-depth. And once they've gone through the chapter, and if you feel like they have not really understood the lesson, you can go back, and there are websites that you can use that are completely free, that have worksheets for math at every grade level. I will leave one or two of those websites linked down below in the description box that I use for us when we need extra math problems for my son. I have a blog. It's The Set of the Nuthouse, and it's on Substack. Couldn't remember the name of the site. Substack, and I'll leave a link to that in the description too, because I do leave blogs that are, sometimes it is a paid blog, but I do have a lot of free blogs, like the written articles. I do have a lot of free ones that I do, especially when it comes to free resources for homeschooling, and I will have one up about the same time this video goes up about free resources for high school. So if you're interested in that, those are all the websites I will be using this year. And if you're interested in that, go check me out. Hit the subscribe button because I do free content. I have not set up the paid content yet on there yet. So if you're interested, get in now while it's all still free. There's that. The next book I have is from the same series. And it is the world history Now this is a middle school edition, but everything in it is still relevant for high schoolers. So what I'm planning on doing is taking this book and expounding upon it for his high school. First semester we will be doing American history, and then second semester we'll be doing world history. And I got both books because at the end of the day, the material's still the same, even in high school and college. It's just a little bit more in depth. So my plan is to take this as an outline and then expound upon it. I got other books to expound upon it, so hang in with me. I have, in addition to that, for for history class, I got US History Fast Track Essential Review for AP Honors and Other Advanced Study by High School Expert, the Princeton Review. So I got this too. So I'm going to be using those books together to help teach him. I also got The Constitution and Declaration of Independence by our Founding Fathers and Paul B. Skuzen. And this is a pocket edition of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. And it has explanations on each of... it has an explanation for each part that the author, Paul B. Skuzen, adds to it as you go through it. And because we're doing American history on one of his semesters, these two books will be helping a lot. This one specifically I liked because it covers everything from Native Americans all the way to today. It is fairly in depth, and there are I cannot talk today. There are timelines to follow, and there's vocabulary, exercises, and things that are suggested he look up more in depth in the book. I really enjoy the book. I'm excited about the book. It did come recommended to me, and I think that it'll help a lot. Again, we are going over American history for my 9th grader. So I also got the Know Your Bill of Rights book, and it goes over each amendment to the Constitution, at least as in the Bill of Rights. I don't know for certain if it goes over every amendment to the Constitution. I could not find information on that online when I was researching to purchase this book, but I was like, an explanation on the Bill of Rights is actually the best thing he can have, because at the end of the day, in 4 years, he's going to be an adult, and he needs to know his basic rights, and the Bill of Rights is our basic rights and our most important rights. These are rights that you just have, not rights given to you by the government, and they're the most important ones. That's why they were the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. And I liked the idea of getting him that so he could understand that for himself. And I have a table over here, guys. And I also have an infographic on a guide to the American government and the Constitution. So it's, if you guys see that, I got this on Amazon. I'll leave links to everything I bought. I think I got all of his books from Amazon. I might have gotten a couple of them from Target, because FYI, Target online has a lot of school resources. So if you are not sure where to start, Target's always a good place, and they're very cheap books. They're good curriculum, and it's not you get what you pay for kind of situation. It is reasonably priced books that are actually quite useful. No, that's not an ad for Target. I wish I were sponsored. It's just, that's my opinion, and I like being able to find resources that I'm not breaking my bank. I have 4 kids, and this year I'm homeschooling all 4 of them officially. Last year I was homeschooling all 4 of them informally, and that's because my 3 oldest were homeschooling officially, and my youngest was too young to register for school. So this year, it is the first year my youngest will be homeschooling officially. That video will be dropping soon. I'm so excited and so sad, because I just feel like my son was just in that kindergarten moment, and now, and now he's a 9th grader. That was 10 years ago, man. I have been homeschooling for 10 years, and now I have a high schooler. I just can't believe it. I'm so excited for him. And this year is going to bring so many changes, but I'm just like crazy. Just, you know how it is if you're a mom. You're just like, oh, my baby, so big. You know. All right, anyways, back to the curriculum. What I like about this book, it's very simplified. Let me get a good page for you. It's very simplified U.S. history and government facts. Like it breaks down the 13 colonies here, and it shows you a picture for every topic you go over. So the first 6 articles of the Constitution, it literally, this way, if you're a visual learner, it literally lays it out visually in a way that if you're you're not a reader, you're not a verbal learner, you're not an auditory learner, this makes it a lot easier to absorb the information, especially if you're a visual learner. And my son is definitely a visual learner. He prefers for you to show him how to do it than to tell him how to do it. So I feel like this infographic will really help. They had infographics on everything, it felt like. They're written. This one was written by Carissa Little and Jara Kern, and they're put out by simonschuster.com. And I was actually pleasantly surprised at how in depth these infographics get. It's just like a graphic novel, but you know, for information. And it's very well laid out. I would definitely buy it again. I will probably be going back and seeing what other subjects they have now that I have one in my hands. I actually bought 2, and then I've got another one to show you guys. But I am very impressed with the quality of this book. The binding is really good, which is sometimes when you'll find like the cheaper books, the binding will be kind of garbage. But actually the binding on all of these is pretty good. Another thing is the paper is pretty heavy duty, and I know who cares about paper, like literally, but when you're thinking of like graphic novel, the paper usually tends to be very high quality and glossy, and that's exactly what the infographics like too. And the information in it is very succinct and non-biased. That was another thing I was looking for when I was going to teach U.S. history. I wanted a non-biased curriculum. I wanted to be able to lay all the facts out for my son and let him make his opinions and his opinions, opinion's the right word, his opinions about our history and about our development of our country. I want those opinions to come from him. I don't want to implant any of my own views in him. I want him to grow and to logically decide how he thinks about things and make his own opinions and his own political stances and his own I want him to be his own person. I want to give him the space to be his own person. So I wanted a non-biased curriculum, which is hard to find in the high school section. Yeah, the high school section of curriculum. It's a lot easier to find non-biased like elementary school stuff and secular stuff in elementary school, but I find that with secular and non-biased material, it's harder to find as they get older, and especially like late middle school, like 6th grade you can still find a lot of stuff, but like 7th and 8th and in high school I've had a harder time finding homeschool stuff, because I find that a lot of people stop homeschooling their kids around 6th or 7th grade, so the curriculum companies don't feel a need to have as much variety, and I'm like, no, keep making stuff because I want to homeschool him through high school. I plan on graduating my son from homeschool, and a lot of people think I'm crazy, but we have researched what he needs in order to do the career he wants to do down the road. So this is part of the plan. If you'd like me to lay that out for you, what our plan is and how we've decided this, I'll do a video for that. You have to leave a comment down below because otherwise I don't know if that's what you want. So anyways, moving on, because I don't want to bore you guys. But the next book I got is the English Language Arts book. It is a middle school version on the everything you need to know. This is not all he's going to do for English. This is to give me an idea of where he needs to expound upon and get more in depth. Because if we're being honest, high school English is more about essays and creative writing and succinct learning about different parts of historical novels and things like that than it is about you should pretty much have your grammar down by the time you get to high school. His vocabulary is going to be a big part of this year. We've not done vocabulary every year. I'm going to be honest, because I believe the more you read, the bigger your vocabulary. But this year we're going to do that because he's going to be taking the SAT, he's going to be taking the, the ACT and all that stuff, and I want him to be prepared. In order to do that, you need to memorize definitions, unfortunately. The next thing I got for him is, I couldn't believe it existed, 180 days book for 9th grade subjects. It's got all the subjects in it. It's got math, grammar, social studies, history, spelling, science, and it's all in here, which is cool. This is another way I'm going to supplement his English, and I got a few books for this, actually. I wish I had stacked these better. Oh well. But this is nice. This is more of a supplement. This is not the curriculum, but it has ideas in here that I would like to bounce off of. And if you've seen my homeschool in person, I do a lot of research throughout the year. So I start off with some books to give me inspiration. I come up with what we're going to do that year. Some years we've done unit studies. This year we are going to be doing unit studies because my younger ones are going to be learning. Every year we go over the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, that kind of stuff, at least once. My husband's ex-military. You don't get out of this house without at least knowing a little bit about the government. Also, I feel like this year my son is going to be covering some topics that I have covered with my girls in the past, but it's been a while and I would like them to join him, and I'm going to scale it based on the age level, and it will also help keep my kindergartner involved and not making everybody else feel crazy if we're doing some unit studies and I'm scaling it to each child. The good thing is, like with some of the stuff he needs to know and needs to learn, my kindergartner can go play during times when he needs one-on-one, but to keep her involved, and this is stuff she needs to go over, and we put in a little bit more at a time as she gets older. I'll do a whole video on that if you'd like. So a lot of this will be turned into unit studies down the road. In fact, I have a list of reading books that he will be reading this year, and a lot of them will be government centered because we are going over American history this year specifically for him. This will be the first year I have to keep transcripts for him, because yes, you do need transcripts if your child plans on going to higher education post homeschool. And this will be the first year that he's going to be joining possibly online classes for specific things to go on that transcript. I'll get more to that later. I also got this is just a fun little activity book. It's fun with 50 states. He's gonna probably end up doing it with his sisters because it'll be part of our unit study. It'll be something to, just give him a lighter day some days, because you really shouldn't be hitting the books too hard every single day. I don't even care if they're in high school. They'll burn out. We burned out last year. They'll burn out. All right, and the last two books, wait, nope. I lied. Last 4 books. Okay. I got How to Write a 5-Paragraph Essay Step by Step. This is good because we're going to use this for all the kids, but I also got it specifically for him because he gets writer's block very easily. And with this is more writing prompts. Yeah, I've gone through it, and it's more writing prompts than it is a step-by-step guide to writing paragraphs, 5-paragraph essay. And that is what most of high school stuff is when you write. It's essays and papers and things like that. And while we hadn't done a lot of those when he was younger, we're going to have him do a lot more over the next 4 years. And with this, with the writing prompts, I feel like it'll help him with his writer's block and how he gets nervous. And in the first couple of pages, it's like a regular workbook. And the first couple of pages are basically how to brainstorm, how to make charts and things like that to make it easier. And we have gone over that in the past, but I feel like he sometimes gets nervous. So this is a way to push him past that nervousness and to make it easier for him. I also got him How to Write an Awesome Paragraph Step by Step. It's another workbook. It's also It gives more in depth on what makes a good paragraph and what makes a good essay than just here's how to write an essay. It shows verbiage you should replace with. I'm having a hard time using using descriptive language right now myself. It's been a while since I've done a video for you guys, so I'm sorry if this isn't the quality you guys are used to. But both books are really good with helping you expound upon your descriptive language, and also it's good because it will have, like the paragraph one, I'll show you guys, and it's basically writing prompts. So you have, will it focus? It won't focus, it's fine. It'll say practice, convert essay prompt to easy outline. So you do the outline and then you put it into an essay. And it'll say essay prompt, what are pros and cons of teachers using games to teach? Plain, which is what you're trying to get across. 3 reasons, and then you write that in the box, and then you write your thesis statement. And then they're basically helping you, this is the paragraph one, yeah. They're helping you break it down into the introduction, the body, paragraph, sentences, and then the conclusion. And basically you would have them then work this out in their notebook going along with it. But it's just to make him more aware of what he's writing, because his brain moves faster than he writes, and sometimes when he writes it down he doesn't realize it's coming out jumbled. And I'm hoping that these books will help him see what he's doing and give us prompts that I might run out of ideas. Although I will say that in that blog post that I told you guys about, that's on my blog on Substack, still plugging it, yep. There are sites that I do list that give free writing prompts and things like that for high schoolers. And then the infographic I showed you earlier in the video, I should have pulled this out a second, but I didn't. This is the second infographic I bought. Yes. So this is definitely, yeah, so each infographic is written by a different person. Okay, that's good. It's the Everything You Need to Know Infographic Guide to Personal Finance. And the author is Michelle Kagan and Elizabeth Laviere. I'm butchering names, I'm sorry. Same company makes this one. And they have really good stuff in here, like how to create a budget and stick to it, how to repair bad credit, 10 ways to protect your financial info, how to research stocks, 3 steps to shop for the perfect credit card for you, and the path to buying your first home. Now, I'm going to be reading this. I've already bought my first home, but there's a lot of really good information in this. And what I understand is, as a homeschooler, you have to teach them not just stuff they would learn at public school, but you need to teach them things that you as a parent want them to know before they fly the nest. You want them to have a certain amount of skills to be an adult, that you're not worried about them when they're out on their own and in the real world. And this is one of the things that I wanted all my children to understand, is their personal finances and how to take care of themselves and how to protect themselves. I do have some other books I got that are for all my kids, and I'll probably do a separate video on that, just to let you guys know. But I know this video is jumbled, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to get back into this. But moving on. But I have more books on personal finance that I do plan on using for the other kids, and this one's more of an adult driven one with the infographics. I'm actually enjoying the infographics, and I will be buying more. But one of the things I wanted to say was that, yeah, there's things that you want to teach your kids that they need to know, and they're not necessarily school related, but why not put it into their homeschool so that they can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, that kind of thing. And the very last book I got was the Everything You Need to Know, or Everything You Need to Ace Biology in One Big Fact Notebook. And this is the high school edition. I got this one. There is a chemistry one. There's not a lot of high school books in this series yet, and I'm hoping they make more. Their site said they plan to, so I'm hoping they do. Please do. If y'all see this, if Workman Publishing, you see this, we love these books. These are really good books. These are great starting off points, and please make more, please. But this is the last one I got. Again, if you are looking into getting these books, you are going to need to supplement most likely, because it's basically the cliff notes of what you need to know. It's the important parts of biology to get the point across. And I honestly wanted to do it this way because I wanted to get the most important parts in, and then we can substitute with YouTube. We supplement with, there's documentaries on Hulu, there's documentaries on Disney Plus, there's documentaries on Amazon Prime. If you have Netflix, I don't, you can use that. YouTube has free documentaries. If you do a search of a specific, a name for documentaries, you can look those up online for that kind of stuff. There's also, like I said, there's sites that do free worksheets to give them more practice problems in situations like this. Biology is covered in his 180-day workbook that I got him, but there's also sites to expound upon it, and I again will leave the link down below to my Substack so you guys can go look up those free sites that will supplement this. This is the book haul I got. The only thing not featured here that my son will be doing for school this year is my son will be in 4-H. He will be in co-op again. He is going to do some type of sport or something. He is going to do, I said 4-H. He's going to do the Homeschool Academy, Spanish Academy again. We enjoyed it last year. He's going to do it this year. And I'm hoping to get him in a music lesson. We'll see. Not promising anything. He didn't end up doing music lessons last year because he ended up exploring other things, like he joined the co-op and things like that. And now that he has that down, we're gonna add other things to it. Oh, and freecoding.com, coding, C-O-D-I-N-G. We're gonna be using that because he did computer programming and coding last year. We're going to use freecoding.com this year because they have a program that helps you study for certifications, and he would like to know more about computer coding, and so that's what we're going to be doing, and that wasn't featured in this video. Oh, and I got him some notebooks and things like that, general school supplies. If you'd like to see a homeschool school supplies haul, leave a comment down below. I'll do a quick one because we had bought so much last year that we're still using that supplies from last year, but we did get some things to supplement this year. So if you'd like to see our haul from that, leave a comment down below and I will do a video on that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe, because if you're not subscribed, because it does help the channel and it helps me to, you know, see you guys more often. If you enjoyed the video or you have anything to add, please leave a comment down below, and I shall see you guys on the next one. And as I always say, stay safe out there, and I love you guys. Bye. See you on the next one. Bye.